Hey, buddy, watch this.
Hello, hello, Regis Gilbin is the name, and Hearthstone is the game, and it's yet another Boomsday Decksperiment, still trying all kinds of themes and mechanics and cards introduced in the new set. And this time around, it's Treant Druid. And in this video, I want to build a deck that's basically a token druid, but uses treants instead of some of the more standard token druid builds we've seen in the past. And I'll tell you now, this deck can go very, 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 very long against opponents that it should not beat. But the question is, can it win or will it lose? Stay tuned for the Warrior game to find out. That said, of course, let's go ahead and jump into the deck creation process for this Treant Druid as it was recorded live on my Twitch stream. I guess we're going to lean pretty hard into it, frankly. So, you know, we got all these new Treant cards, last expansion and this expansion with landscaping and all this crazy stuff. We've got Mulch Muncher, which is really the reason for me that seems like this deck's going to be good. And we got Cenarius, and, like, this is the wrong way to build a deck, obviously, where you just take a keyword and you say, I'm going to grab every single card in this keyword. Like, that's not really the right way to do it, but it's how we're going to at least start here, and we're probably going to tweak this list a little bit. But the thing about Treants that looks right to me is that there's a couple things happening. One, they refill your hand pretty often. So things like Witchwood Apple, for instance, refills your hand. Beyond that, of course, it's a token style of play. You get a lot of little minions out. So I think we want some of the standard token support cards. I think Floop's Glorious Gloop is good here because his Treants are trading in. That gives you mana to do more cool stuff. So Power of the Wild makes a lot of sense. We got Soul of the Forest, of course. We want follow-ups like Branching Paths and Savage Roar, like in a standard token list. Living Mana is strong. Does Living Mana count as the Treants, guys? I didn't think it counted because they had a different name. Because they're called Mana Treants. Do they count? Do they count? They do count. Oh, interesting. They changed in the patch notes. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So we want Spreading Plagues probably because they're just great token style cards. Malfurion is still probably okay because he creates some tokens sometimes. And do we want a Gloop Sprayer? What does Gloop Sprayer do? No, that's not good. That's not good. So, what have we done here? We've just taken a bunch of stuff and we've dumped it in the deck. Now what we need to do is pare it back and refine it and figure out exactly how we're going to utilize it all, right? And what it all means. So, for instance, we know we want to go for boards and whoa. I didn't mean to click. We want to go for boards and damage and pressure. And for instance, some things don't necessarily contribute to that game plan. Like for instance, I don't really think Dendrologist can contribute a lot because it's more of a value play, a resource generator, than it is a tempo or board play. So this one's a little risky. Also, Witchwood Apple, despite adding Treants to your hand, very, very slow to play, right? Very slow to play. So even though this is a Treant deck, I don't think we want it. It's not inherently good. Like, unlike Landscaping, for instance, which summons them into play, that's much better. That's much more about what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to create these scenarios where we put stuff into play, we buff it, we give it extra survivability. Now, Force of Nature, although it does put stuff into play, I think it's really rather slow, right? Only 3 Treants at 5 mana. It's hard to combo this with other stuff. It's very awkward. So I don't think we need Force of Nature, for instance. Compared to like Spreading Plague, Living Mana, it's not as good. I don't even know if Living Mana makes a lot of sense for us, but it can. It certainly can. So I think we'll try it just as an experiment and figure out from there. Now, I didn't cut the Dendrologist, and I'll tell you why. Because I think, unlike, you know, Witchwood Apple, this is still a 2/3 for 2. It's still a minion early, and beyond that, you discover the spell so you can pick things like Savage Roar to give yourself extra finishing power. You can get another Branching Paths, another Soul of the Forest. There's a lot of ways that this can contribute to your game plan, even if it does so a little bit indirectly. So I still like Dendrologist here as well. And, okay, so I think everything here kind of makes sense for what we're trying to do. I'm still a little nervous about Living Mana. I think it's awkward in some ways. But it doesn't get punished by Mulch Muncher, which is nice. Like, you can still play a 0-mana Mulch Muncher even with your Living Mana, and that's pretty intriguing. Splintergraft, Mulch Muncher, and then Dendrologist. I don't know if I like that. We do have Soul of the Forest in the deck, so that's okay. Oh, Ben Lasater, dude, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub, Ben. That puts us at 585. Man, we're bumping up there. That's crazy. Also, 100 follows on the day, guys. That's nuts. 23 subs total. I like that. Now, Whispering Woods is a good point. A lot of these token decks, of course, do run Whispering Woods. The question is, can we... well, should we, I guess, really is the better question. Like, how close do we want to get to a real token deck versus a Treant deck, right? Because as it stands right now, we very much are a Treant deck, not a token. Well, it's both, right? It's a little both, but if we do this, are we just playing a token deck and not a Treant deck? You know, that's the question for me, right? And I don't know that. So for instance, Token Druid, the way it works right now, it actually still utilizes ramp pretty successfully. And the idea is, you know, you take a bit of a slow early game, and then you swing super hard in the mid to late game with like Whispering Woods, Soul the Forest, Spreading Plague, Soul the Forest, and that's how you win. You actually get a pretty decent hand for Whispering Woods. You draw cards. You flip all of those cards into like this instant board presence and just like overwhelm your opponent because they can't deal with everything.
Aha.
So I don't think we're gonna do that, right? I think this is gonna be different, and arguably maybe worse, right? It's okay if it's worse. I'm not stressing about it being worse, but we're gonna play more of a almost like a zoo style in a sense. Like we're gonna be a little bit more proactive and try to get stuff into play faster. So almost more of a early minion base instead of this crazy swing token base that we have now. So I don't even know if Spreading Plague, for instance, fits our deck because we want to be following up. We want to be, you know, we want to be playing stuff and then just always following up on it. And is that gonna work? I'm not really sure. like always, not 100% sure. So I think we actually want some like earlier token minions, almost like what you saw with the old Token Druid with Living Mana, where it was more about like early boards that had like the patches, Power of the Wild, Mark of the Lotus style stuff. Now we're not going to be quite as good as that, or at least not as early as that, but like Fireflies make a lot of sense in this sort of deck still. Just sticky kinds of minions. It's not an aggro deck still because we do clearly have some mid-range, but we want to just be able to play minions. Fungalmancer, for instance, another good follow-up we might want to consider. It's in some ways worse than Tending Tauren, but in some ways similar. I think we can afford both. Maybe not, though. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think actually we can't have too many follow-ups here. We have to be very careful. We need a lot of proactive plays as well. We also don't have a lot of card draw right now. We're really light on card draw at the moment. See, a lot of fundamental flaws in decks start to expose themselves as you try to change an idea from one thing into another thing. It really starts to look different, right? Like now all of a sudden it's like, do we have enough card draw compared to something like Token Druid? It doesn't feel like it right now, does it? It feels like we're pretty light on card draw. And how do we find card draw that contributes to our game plan is the next question. See, when you start tweaking just one or two things, everything starts to change. Everything looks different. Do we still run swipes also? This is gonna be hard, guys. Suddenly this feels very hard. Druid of the Swarm? Druid of the Swarm. Druid of the... Oh, Druid of the Swarm, this one. Yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, also, actually, no, that's a good point. That I actually think Crypt Lord makes a lot of sense in this deck. Because we're going to be summoning a lot of minions, and it's just sticky and big and absorbs buffs and stuff. I like swipes with gloops. That's a good point. Yeah, swipe is good with gloop, because we can use it kind of for free sometimes. But I'm still not convinced that we have enough...
Aha!
Like, we just don't have that Whispering Woods turn, right? Like, that's what makes Token Druid so good, is that Whispering Woods turn. So where you just get that giant reload board and your opponent can't deal with it, and we don't have that. So we're going to be much worse when playing from behind. It's going to be far harder for us to play from behind. Also, despite Druid being the class with like all the card draw, we don't have any card draw right now. We could do things like toss in some Nourishes, I guess. But I don't know a world where you run Nourish and Living Mana in the same deck. I just don't feel like we can do that. I feel like this Living Mana is a bad idea, guys. I think it's just going to be a trap that doesn't work out for us. I don't think we want that. I think we maybe have to build a little bit more Token Druid-y. Because otherwise the deck's just not going to work at all. It's just not going to work at all. So a Token Druid with some Treant pieces instead of like a full-on I just know the path we're going to go down, and it's not going to be fun. We're just going to lose the game. Maybe we still don't have a Spreading Plague, but a Whispering Woods at the very least is going to be important. And then...
Aha!
Something like Firefly is still not bad by any means. Goblin Bombs would be okay. Giggling Inventor is great. Yeah, Giggling Inventor. Yeah, I like that. That's good. That's a good ad. You definitely want to have a lot of Boomsday cards. Also, I think it just really fits the deck, so... Alright, so it's a Treant Token Druid. Is Cenarius worth it, guys, or would you rather have a Second Giggling Inventor? I think it's a pretty good Treant card, so we have to use it. I think we gotta use it. Let's just try. Void Ripper should go with Crypt Lords as well. Yeah, I wouldn't hate Void Ripper, and I still wouldn't hate Spreading Plague, but then again, we're getting even closer to just normal Token Druid that we've seen a million times. So I want it to be distinct enough. I want it to have some Treant pieces. Just test these new cards, essentially. We often say, like, we're not trying to make the best deck in the world with these deck experiments right now. Like, we want it to be good. We want to see what we can do, see if it works. But ultimately, we know we're going to make some sacrifices for the sake of the theme or the challenge, as opposed to just, going to play something good. Because, like, otherwise, why not just go load up an odd paladin, right? We know we could win games, but what's the fun in that? What's the point? There's no fun there. We want to play new cards and try new stuff. And then learn a little bit along the way. Use that knowledge to improve our play, but also just, give us insights into future deck building and just get better, essentially. Get better. Let's get smarter. Get smarter is the right word. Get smarter. Cenarius is slow? Yeah, exactly. That's why I said, like, I think he doesn't fit. Like, I'd probably rather have another Giggling Inventor. But again, like, we can learn now. We'll say, like, okay, yeah, Cenarius really was too slow. Or maybe there'll be some surprising way Cenarius lines up really well as a big reload late in the game. I don't know. Probably too slow, though. I agree. Probably too slow. And, okay, I mean, Whispering Woods is already looking okay, but it's a warrior, so whirlwinds are terrifying. Also, Acolyte of Pain, terrifying. I think we'll just hang tight. No Treants yet for our Dendrologist, unfortunately. This isn't a great matchup. No, it never is. We never get it going off the start. What deck tracker are you using? This is Hearthstone deck tracker. Have you tried playing Hunter? We have. We just finished. You just missed it, unfortunately. I'm sorry to say. We did really well. We played Tice's Bomb Hunter list, and it went stupendously well, I thought. Yeah, there's that whirlwind we were talking about, guys. What do you know? We're at 8 cards in hand, so we can draw again. 9 cards in hand, that's fine. I mean, we got a good Whispering Woods if we want it, but sucks. It sucks. Not too good against Bloodraiser. I mean, we can power the Wild it right away, so we could get it out of Bloodraiser range. Is he about to play another Bloodraiser? Do not play another Bloodraiser right now, dude. Do not do this to me. Okay. Stonehill I can live with. That's actually a decent swipe, I guess. Just get a card out of my hands. I could gloop into make that a 2-mana swipe, or really kind of a 1-mana swipe, or 3-mana swipe in a way, I guess, because we got to spend the mana on the gloops. Probably not worth, but. So now we're kind of playing this big reload style, where we like try to get an insane board all at once. And if we get a Soul of the Forest, we can do that soon, because we're getting close to 8 mana already. Oh, in fact. So yeah, Soul of the Forest right now would put us in a great spot. We have the Savage or Power of the Wild follow-up even. So I guess Brawl would hurt, but still with the Soul of the Forest, you have that immunity. So let's try it. Please try this deck later. I don't take deck submissions from users, that's a weird word to use, from people, Acceleron, but I will definitely look at it for you. Malagos Rogue.
Aha.
Yeah, we've seen people shenanigizing this. And yes, believe it or not, shenanigizing is a real word. I'm serious. That's a legit word. Shenanigizing. Alright. I'm actually going to go Spooters here, I think. Let's see. Warrior. What does he have for Spooters? Bloodraiser kills 1. Let's just go Spooters. I don't need the taunts right now. Health is not a huge concern yet. It will become one when he gets this quest done, but at the moment, it's okay. We just haven't drawn a Treant card yet, guys, despite having quite a few. Well, actually, now that I look at it, we don't have that many Treant cards, I guess, do we? Mostly Soul of the Forest. There is the Blood Razor. I knew it was coming. I feel it.
List, why would you give us a cooperative brawl the week of a new release? The dumbest, noobiest players are all playing right now. Just playing their cards as soon as they draw them. Worst brawl timing ever.
Oh no, dude. I'm sorry, Jerks. I had no idea. We could do Crypt Lord into Whispering Woods into Power of the Wild. It's really not too bad. Because these go to 2 health, right? The Wisps, which the Blood Razor does not threaten, unless he runs Warpath, which he certainly can. Warpath's gonna obviously create some problems for us no matter what. Like, that's just a problem card. I think, though, we will just Hero Power and Crypt Lord and try to, try to get him to push through this Crypt Lord and use that weapon, because right now the weapon's quite a bit of a threat against our Whispering Woods, Soul of the Forest, if we don't Power the Wild. Could play a Dendrologist just for a body, but it feels so bad. Yeah, this game has not really gone how we originally anticipated, but we have a chance, though. We've got some cool stuff we can do. So, let's wait it out. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I have not played the Brawl yet, so I don't know exactly what we're talking about, but that sounds frustrating. I'm sorry, guys. I probably won't play it, honestly. I'll probably skip it. I will probably skip it. It's an interesting decision. Something's gonna happen here, right? I mean, they die, but you give it a lot of extra health, so it's gotta be an execute or something, right? Gotta be. Oh, shield slam, sure, okay. So both Blood Razors are gone. That makes me feel like there's gotta be a better opportunity here for our Wisps.
Welcome! Boys, make some room by the hearth.
But we still don't have the Soul of the Forest, so we can't really do it, because, you know, like, Brawl is still a problem. Let's just do this instead. This is a pretty good reload. Another Whispering Woods. Yeah, I think that's okay. I'll do it. Yeah, let's do it. Where my trees at? That's really good. That's another reload. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just keep taking reloads, right? We didn't get any follow-ups, so reloads are the next best thing. That was a pretty good turn, I gotta say, actually. That was a really nice... Like, that was our big reload without committing to a big reload. Like, I like that. Brawl incoming for sure, it looks like. 6 out of 7, by the way, so... We are getting dangerously close to his weapon coming up, which... That's okay, because tokens are naturally good against his weapon, right? Like, the 8 damage is going to hit some random garbage tokens and everything, so... What do we get? Hey, nice. That's not a bad dude. I like this dude. I think we can go ahead and just Whispering Woods, right? Do we waste the Power of the Wild on them, or do we bait out like a Warpath early? We have the other Whispering Woods. There's like so many reloads. I think we can just use one. I don't think it has to be... I don't think this one has to be...
Aha!
A good one, right? Like, this is almost a bait right here. Like, let's get him to commit to that Warpath in hand, right? And then once he commits to the Warpath, we might be able to go harder. But we still need a Soul of the Forest, really, is like what we're waiting for. So, let's just hang tight. Of course, if he doesn't resolve these, Cenarius or something becomes insane. So, he's looking for a Warpath. Yeah, okay. Wow. Draw 3 cards. Yikes. That's a combo right there. That's a combo. I like the 6 armor, though. That's a big deal. He definitely got a Warpath. Okay. But there's the Warpath for that one. So now the question becomes, where's that other Warpath? Another Whispering Woods. Okay, so we'll swipe and Whispering Woods here. I like this again. Okay. I can Hero Power, but I don't really want to. So now let's see if he has the other Warpath, and then we'll play a third Whispering Woods if he does, because I think he'll be out of Whirlwinds at that point. He might have another Brawl, though, too. So let's see what happens. If he can't answer this, though, we have potentially some insane follow-up, right? A lot of damage output here. Getting that extra Whispering Woods from the Dendrologist actually went really far. That was pretty good. We won the brawl and I still have no idea what it was about. Oh no. Oh no. That face when your Savagor did nothing, if it even got to go off. Wow. Dry Whisker Armor, eh? Is he gonna win the brawl? Oh my god, almost. That was scary. That was frightening. Alright, so really just Warpath is the threat now. Let's play Cenarius. We just keep reloading. So not having Soul the Forest though has been soul crushing this game. Like that has broken this game for us. We need a Soul the Forest so bad. Where is our Soul of the Forest? So quest is done. He's gonna take a shot here on the Cenarius and hope to hit it. If he does, I'll be sad. Like Face was definitely the best result here. Face is 100% the best result. Face! Don't hit Cenarius. Don't you... That actually sucks, guys. That's tough. That really hurts. Reload number 5. Still no Soul of the Forest. Man. As soon as that last Warpath goes, though, I think we're free to do anything we want, honestly. I don't think there's anything else left. Call me Sylvanas, because I'm killing wisps in mass. Nice. Big Mood says, this isn't perfect. Treant Druid. Biology Project Claw. Whoa. Claw is a surprise, I gotta say. I like Evolving Spores, okay, that's a neat idea. More follow-up. It's just always finding that balance between the right amount of follow-up and the right amount of pressure creation, right? That's the tough spot. This is only down to 4 right now, but I can certainly reduce it down to 2. Question is that ever good? Is there a reason to do that? I don't think so. I think we're going to draw some cards because we still don't have the things that we need. I like Giggling Inventor. That's really nice. I think we can just kill one of these. This bad boy's down to 2. This guy's gonna fatigue out. Can he kill us with his hero power before he fatigues? It's really gonna come down to that Warpath timing, I think. Get that other Forest Fire out of the way and we might be alright. But also Soul of the Forest, so important. Well, Soul of the Forest is not very good against Warpath though. So we need to bait the Warpath before we go all in ham. This dude is a sniper. Hey, okay, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. I actually like this board for Soul of the Forest, and I'll tell you why. Because, well, I'm not totally sure. I maybe take that back now. But I think I like this board for Soul of the Forest. I can get 5 dudes. It might make him commit to Warpath.
The Earth Mother was busy.
It might make him commit to Warpath, too. It's not a bad Warpath board, right? Because he needs to get through. He needs to chunk through all of this stuff. If he commits to Warpath here, we can go ham. Well, we don't have the other Soul of the Forest yet, but I mean, eventually we can go ham. Not to mention the Multi-Muncher will go down to 0 here, which is a big boy. There's the Warpath. Nope, armor into Warpath. Into Warpath. Gem-studded Golem. Oh my. Okay, that's not a bad Multi-Muncher target, I guess. That's fine. This is like Forest Fire would have been a perfect name for the card, by the way, right now. For those who don't know, I make like custom cards before every expansion, like trying to guess what each expansion is going to be and stuff. And this last time around, I guessed Warpath exactly, like except for the name and artwork, of course. But I got the the mana cost and the effect exact, which wasn't hard, by the way. It's pretty obviously going to be a thing. But the crazy part was I named it Forest Fire, and now we're worried about Warpath so much as a deck that's all trees. So we've got this incredibly appropriate sort of thing happening here. Alright, this is almost guaranteed to get me some cool stuff happening, which I like. I actually don't know if any minions are gonna die, or at least not very many minions are gonna die here. A few will die. But the question is, what am I gonna do with that spare mana? I'm not entirely sure. I did all this stuff to get spare mana, but now I don't really know what to do with it all. Now, there's a pretty big debate here whether I should be armoring up or whether I should be attacking face. And I totally get that's a debate, and it's a good debate, and I don't know. I don't know the answer. But I do know that we need to find the kill eventually. So I've been going face because I think, you know, the odds of him hitting our face with his hero power are usually fairly slim. Still no warpath committed. It's just mind-boggling to me how we have yet to encounter a warpath. It's like impossible to win without warpath coming down. Like, what on earth am I supposed to do here? It's like it's gonna be the bottom card, and it's absolutely going to cost me here. I think I need the damage. Let's just go ahead and trade this in. He's still got so much health. I'm just trying to get there. Maybe I'm being too greedy. I don't know. Should have used all of that mana? I just don't really have anything left to spend. I don't know what we would have played. I'm trying to save all this for one. How do I still have a coin, by the way? What? 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 That's probably the best target for him, unfortunately. Oh, wow. Garrosh is really good against me. Wow. I don't think I'm going to have enough. I think the Warpath is going to line up perfectly. Gosh, dang it. And now he has this, too. I think we're just dead, then. I guess my only chance now is that Warpath is literally the last card in his deck. I don't have any other choice. Warpath hits for what, 5? So I can only go up to 4 total health right now. If I had double the Power of the Wild, we could go to 5 as well, but it doesn't matter. We're dead. So this is our last out. So unless Warpath is literally the last card in his deck, it's GG. It's just GG. And frankly, even without it, like, just his hero power trade now is good enough. Like, it's enough. So I don't think we're gonna get there. Maybe I should have still Power of the Wild to play around his hero power, actually, instead of just facing. But the Warpath was in hand, so it didn't matter. How did we not bleed him out of enough removal is my question. Like, we played so many boards. Maybe we should have just went for it sooner. I think we've maybe waited too long. And now landscaping's not good enough against his hero power, so we're just totally dead. I mean, the 8 damage is gone, though, so we could almost play for a fatigue state here. If we can get him to use his weapon on our face twice, we might be able to play for a fatigue state with landscaping. But he has to use the weapon. Nah, that's game. That's GG. GG. It is indeed a terrible matchup, but it felt like we were pretty close to getting over the hump on it, didn't it? It felt like we almost got there. But now his weapon means we just lose. We can't win. Because these do so much damage per turn. We're bleeding out really fast here on fatigue. We can't even kill these, even if he does use his weapon charges. I'll play it out just to see it end. You know, give it a nice ribbon. But he's not gonna use the weapon, so it's GG. Use the coin to intimidate him. Yeah, this whole time we wasted the coin. Yeah, I think our mistake was actually waiting too long. We waited so long for this ultimate win condition that just never manifested. I just thought for sure. I thought for sure we'd have enough. I thought for sure we'd have enough, but we just didn't. Somehow. like enough reloads, right? We played so many different boards, but just 2 times Warpath, 2 times Blood Razor, 2 times Brawl, Hero Power, all of it just was, we couldn't get through it all. So we basically took the worst possible matchup in the world, a hyper taunt based, whirlwind based, AoE clear deck, and we played it to the wire. So it actually, I'm kind of proud of that, in fact. I think that's really good for us. Like, I don't think it could have gone much harder, and we still were competitive. It was a fun game, fun game. Hey, Juan Fims, man, I'm doing well. Doing well. We're gonna close up stream here in probably the next 30 minutes or so, but still having fun. Been doing some cool stuff. We've had 3,400 bits cheered on the day. No, 3,500, excuse me. Even better. And this might not be bad against just to get some minions out against a paladin. I kind of like it okay. We've had 108 followers today. A lot of those were Ali Straza fans. Maybe some of you still here from Ali's stream, which is pretty crazy. 26 new subs. Well, or resubs, not necessarily new. You wouldn't want if you had Mecha Thune there? Get out of here. Get out of here. See you, Mage. Thanks for hanging out. How much do you think Gloop is necessary for a token deck? I don't know if necessary is the word, but I think it helps. It contributes to your plan, for sure. That's intriguing, but it's too good with Whispering Woods. We need it with Whispering Woods, so.
Make some room by the hearth, won't ya?
Alex Code, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub, man. Speak of the devil. 27 new subs now. Thank you, Alex Code. Enjoy your new sub badge. Enjoy your emotes. Crispy says, do you think Floop's Gloop should be disenchanted for Ziliax? I mean, they're both good cards, so I wouldn't say it should be disenchanted for Ziliax. Ziliax is good too. I think I like Ziliax a little better than Floop's Gloop, but it's a sideways move, really, at best. So I would just be very considerate of that, like mindful of potentially. Can we go ahead and slam a branch or Whispering Woods already? I don't think so. He gets some pretty good trades out of it. Maybe we just branching pass for cards. I'm kind of out of stuff, and I need this Whispering Woods to be good soon on 6, and to do that I need cards. I can nourish for mana, but it might lose me the game. I think I have to play Giggling Inventor next turn into Whispering Woods Power of the Wild on 6. No ramp here has hurt us, though. Well, maybe not. I don't know. That's a good slow play. I like that. Sunkeeper Tarim's always scary, but he didn't snap grab, so I don't think it's a Tarim. He took a while to grab that, so. I suspect it's a little slower. Giggling Inventor is going to slow down this pressure, which we need because we're low on health already. The board staring us down is terribly frightening. Hello, hello. These don't trade super well, unfortunately. They are alright, though. I mean, they're okay. Taunts are going to get in the way of value trades, though. Swipe might be nice to get, by the way. We would probably not have to Whispering Woods if we get a Swipe, because Swipe is devastatingly good against this board. Swipe is okay against this board. Swipe is alright. Oh, wow. I would have just... No, wait, what? Wait, what? Why sacrifice all that damage right there? Oh, no. I don't like that line at all. I think that's totally wrong. Totally wrong. 100% wrong. 100%. He had a 2-2 he could have traded in. I guess he wanted to play around Swipe, but I think in that case you just got to go for it. And no, it didn't even really play around Swipe that well, did it? A little bit, I guess. So this is not really like a good board for us. It's just it's a stabilizing board, hopefully, where he just trades in and we start to recover the board a little, right? It's not really what we're looking for, right? We don't have all the finisher and follow-ups we want, but speaking of which, it's gonna be hard to get through all this right now. Man, we're still in trouble. Like, still didn't really get me out of the woods. Where is my Swipe? I don't even have a Treant for Dendrologist. I can, but I only get a 2-mana spell at that point. It's not really good. I mean, we can gain a lot of armor with Branching Paths and try to buy some time, but both of these Stonehills just... Like, we can't snipe this raid leader, so there's no value trades to take. We don't have Spreading Plagues in the deck. I mean, we can go for armor, or excuse me, go for attack with branching paths twice. So we can trade, and we can... No, we can't even kill the raid leader because of the stupid righteous protector. So ultimately, I think we're just dead, right? We can try to buy some time. That's probably my best play here, is just buying time. But it's very, very bad. 21, he has 7 plus 4 is 11 plus 6 is 17. Level up is probably going to kill me. I'm not trading because I'm not dead to the board as we see it, so I'm going to let him try to trade back maybe and try to swing next turn with some... I don't even know what. I don't think we have a swing back. Maybe swipe. Maybe swipe. That's it, though. We just got out-tokened here. This deck needs Plague. It won't make it. Well, we had Plague, but we decided to cut it for a more Treant build. I mean, if we want Plague, we'll just go play a real token Druid, not a full Treant version like this. And it will probably be better. But we decided not to. It was a deliberate choice. In fact, we very deliberately took it out of the deck. It was in the list originally. Can kill the leader by giving attack twice and hero powering the protector. We could have. Yeah, you're right. We could have, but we're dead. That took forever. Why did that take so long? It was like almost like bot attacks. Bot attacks almost. But if we had done that, let's see, we would have been at I think 7 health with quite a bit of things on board. It might have still represented lethal, I'm not sure. Oh boy, I'm free to play and I just unpacked Mechathune. Nice, M2000, dude. Congrats. I don't know if he goes in every deck, but a fun card nonetheless, so. Congrats on hitting a legend as a free-to-play player. It's always nice. It's always fun. So, not a good hand. Nourish we could arguably keep if we had a wild growth, but without a wild growth, I'm not convinced. Wild growth will be our mulligan. Just wait and see. Oh, interesting. This is an intriguing hand. I don't know what to make of this. By the way, guys, why does the Mulch Muncher to me look tiny? When I look at this artwork, to me, the card looks like a little tiny dog robot. Does it look small to you? Or does it look big to you? Because, like, those leaves in the background are... You know, those... If you look at the leaves in the background of the artwork, right? You can see kind of the leaves back behind his head on what is our left side. If he's giant and those leaves are behind him, those are the biggest leaves in the world. So to me, he just looks like a tiny little dog thing, like a little tiny dog robot. But why is he an 8/8? Yeah, and his paw is a little tiny paw. Like, he doesn't look like a big giant robot. So why is he an 8/8? I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe they changed the artwork or something. I don't know. And that flower, and look at that flower on him. That's the biggest flower in the world if he's like a big giant robot. That little tiny flower is on his mouth there, and it's, you know, it's not that big of a difference in size. Like, that looks like me holding a flower. Ironwood golem. Okay. Shoot. Branching paths twice. I mean, it's branching paths once, I guess, to clear it maybe. Draw a card. Feels kind of bad. Could Savage Roar to get through and do 2 to 4 to face. That's not really worth much. Drawing the card here feels more valuable than Tending Torrent. Okay. I mean, the good news is we are buffing our Mulch Munchers every time we do stuff like that. That's handy. Coin into Tending Torrent here might be a decent reload. I like that alright. Get 3 minions out. We lose the coin Malfurion, but if we get a Giggling Inventor, we won't have to do that. It'll solve all the problems. Speaking of Giggling Inventor, a card that's now in every deck. Oh yeah? We'll summon 3 minions too, and ours are going to have better stats, but no Divine Shield, so what are you going to do? It's a Hungry Hippo. It is a Hungry Hippo, you're right, Lando, yeah, but it's smaller than Hippo still in my mind. But definitely a Hungry Hippo-esque look, you're right. That's exactly right. How was SoCal? It was fun, Lone Wolf, dude. It was so cool. I met so many nice people and got to do some neat things. It was really cool. If you want a full breakdown, I actually put a video on YouTube called Behind the Scenes with Blizzard. And I basically, for 30 minutes, just told the story of my trip. So you can go see anything your heart desires. And hear about everything I did and saw and talk everybody I talked to and everything. So here, I'll drop you a link. Including some pictures and stuff. Not a lot, but a little. I was in SoCal Lando. Yeah, Blizzard flew me out to hang out. Wow, dead hand. Totally dead hand. Ugh.
What to do?
Am I really just gonna hero power this turn? Oh my god. I sort of want to make a 3-2. But I don't think it's right to do that. I don't think it's right just yet. Yeah, Blizzard flew me out to play on the pre-release stream for Boomsday Project. I played the game a little early, played against some people. Regis, I watched that video. I'd like my 30 minutes back. Yeah, your refund's in the mail. Don't worry. I gotcha. Ouch. Man, Arcane Tyrant is still a busted card in Druid. Like, so insane. I don't know if we can win, guys. We're so far behind. So far behind. I mean, we do have swing potential, though, of course. Whispering Woods into Soul of the Forest is nice. Seems like today we either have one or the other, but never both. Like, we can't seem to hit both of them at the same time. Just one or the other. Cenarius is not too bad to get us some discounts again on our Mulch Munchers. That could be a big swing turn opportunity. We'll see. I watched the whole thing and almost cried because I seen you doing good for yourself. Thanks, Bacon Spaceman. That's awfully nice, man. I appreciate it. You don't need to be crying on my behalf. It was very fun and cool, but taunts for him, I guess. Yep. All right. Still not any great plays. I might actually just slam a Mulch Muncher here. Oh man, really? Wow. Hardcore protecting his dudes here. This feels like a token druid, like an actual real token druid almost. Seemingly much better than ours as well, I'll tell you. Ugh, it's just so clunky, man. So many cards that are not good when we're behind. That's gonna be a problem. How do you feel Boomsday compares to Witchwood in terms of power level and meta defining? Well, I said this a while ago, and so far it looks to be right. I think what we're going to see with Boomsday is that the individual card quality is pretty darn strong, but it's probably not going to realize a lot of new deck archetypes, because Odd and Even are just so influential, and Witchwood, of course, created that. So I think what's going to happen is just good cards that get played a lot, but never... I can't do that because of swipe. Like, it's very close to being a good turn, but I have to be able to Soul of Forest my Whispering Woods, which is not defensive enough because he has 9, 12, 15 damage on board, which means I'm probably just dead if I go for Whispering Woods, Soul of the Forest right now. So I would need to Crypt Lord into Whispering Woods, but that's just too risky, I think. But I don't know if I have a choice. I don't think we have a choice. I gotta try this. Hopefully there's no double swipe in my opponent's hand. God. That would be a nightmare scenario. But maybe this Crypt Lord can create a wall enough to keep me alive. Hey, Leviticus York, dude, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the Silver Regis. Is looking good. Very rare crowd there. Very few Silver Regises in play. Nobody's a Silver Regis. Only normal. Oh, Starfall. Wow. Yeah, we're done. I mean, again, we didn't have a choice, I don't think, but still. Still dead. Doesn't change how dead we are, does it? Didn't even get any Treant deaths there. If the Wisps were Treants, my god. That would be beautiful. Gotta sneeze. Oh, sorry, guys. I should have muted, but I couldn't reach in time. My apologies. My apologies. And by the way, we might be calling it quits here on this here shortly because I'm feeling a little pooped, and we've been streaming for 4 hours. That's a good mark. And got 5 decks in today, which is really nice too. Everything feels pretty bad right now, doesn't it? Too scared to face take that because Malagos Moonfire right now is like lethal on its own. You know, Malagos Moonfire gives him 11 right now. So if that's what he's doing, which I think he might be. So I'm scared to take any additional damage points at the moment. Like, I just want to use that thing to trade, eat a hit here or there. And I don't know. This is not the kind of game we're supposed to be behind in. We're supposed to be ahead so that we can build up some defensive walls and do some cool stuff. But that Starfall was soul crushing. That was tough. Really tough. Thank you, Juan Fems, for the bless you. That's nice. Hey, Brayton, dude. How's it going? Hey, CD. Hey, Pineapple. You? What does it mean if a card is fast or slow? So, cards, of course, have mana cost associated with them, right? And it's 9 mana. It's 2 mana. You know that. But sometimes, even if a card is 9 mana, it can still be fast, even though it's slow. So it's not really a measure of its mana cost. It's a measure of its direct impact on the board immediately. So, for instance, I'm trying to think of some good examples here. So, for instance, Lich King. Okay, Lich King has a very direct impact on the board because it has Taunt. So your opponent can't just ignore it sometimes, right? Sometimes they have to attack through it. It causes minions to hit it, so it has some defensive potential immediately. Ysera, on the other hand, is a little slower because Ysera doesn't directly impact the board. She doesn't kill anything the turn she's played. She doesn't have taunt, so nothing is forced through her. So Ysera is often very difficult to find time to play just because you're looking to stay alive, or you're looking to, win the game. And Ysera takes a while to gain value. Lich King and Ysera are pretty comparable otherwise, because they both add cool cards to your hand. They're both big statted minions. They both cost about the same. But Lich King operates much more quickly than does Ysera, right? And you can, of course, take that example and move it to any given deck, right? Or any card comparison, essentially. All right, we're in trouble, guys. We're in trouble. I think we have to gain life here, but I also just need a big turn next turn, so trying to do a little bit of everything here.
Death is eternal. My turn.
But still, we're gonna die. He's eventually gonna hit a Malygos or something, and we're gonna die. So I think we'll just try to Whispering Woods, Soul the Forest, Power the Wild again, but I don't think it's gonna make a difference because he's just gonna have too much damage incoming. We could Cenarius to get a taunt in play instead. Oh no, we're super dead. We're super dead. Super duper dead here. This is never gonna work. We actually don't really need the Power of the Wild here, because the 2/2s are what we care about, and we can Power of the Wild those later. But still, the Giggling Inventors mean we can't, or the Annoytrons mean we can't even do damage. So even this is not a good enough board to win from. We're still not in a position to win, even after this. Don't you badmouth waifu Ren. Ren is slow too. Yeah, Ren's a good example of a slow card. I guess we're dead. It is indeed more token than Malygos, or at least has enough options for token stuff. Look at that. My god. Look at that. Arcane Tyrant is such a good card. How is Arcane Tyrant so good? Man. So we struggled here with this deck, guys, for sure. We went 0-3, which isn't a lot of games, but that first one was particularly long, 20-minute game, so it's not a whole lot of time, unfortunately. And there you go, Treant Druid. I mean, I felt like we were close. We didn't win a lot. It struggled to get over the hump. Token Druid probably just feels better for a lot of the reasons I discussed during the gameplay section. Something we identified pretty quickly and knew was going to be a challenge. But, it still felt okay. If you got a lot of Treant cards, you might be able to tweak this list down and make it work. Mulch Muncher was close to being good a couple times, but still felt pretty hard to get down to a relevant cost. Getting it to 2, 3, even 0 mana was a big challenge. And I don't think we had great hands most of the time, so maybe if we played a few more games of that, we would have done better. So perhaps not enough sample size there to really figure it out. But nonetheless, promising, not quite good. Of course, if you guys have recommendations on how to fix this deck, I'd love to see those in the comments below. But until then, thank you so very much for watching, and until next time, game on.